everyone, welcome back. If you're struggling on figuring out how to plan, organize, and create content that drives more traffic to your business, then you are in the right place. Today, I'm going to be sharing with you ways to shortcut your content creation process. Look, I know social media is incredibly overwhelming, and with new platforms popping up like a game of whack-a-mole, it feels like we are never going to get ahead or master this social media content thing. Am I right? Now, I've been doing social media marketing for my business for just about 6 years now, with 2 small kids at home. In fact, there is one here today sitting right off the camera who is home from school for a competency immersion day. Basically a fancy word for a virtual day. Plus, for more than half of this time running a business with kids at home, I've been doing it all by myself. I've been a solopreneur. So I've definitely found some tips, tricks, and hacks that are going to help you create content faster, whether you're a team of one or you have a team of many. First up, hack number 1 is theming. Now, when I talk about theming, I mean picking a theme for the week or for the month in regards to what are you going to be talking about. This will really help you hone in on what to really post on Instagram or what to post on your podcast or what to record on your YouTube channel. Because one of the hardest first steps is knowing what to even talk about. For example, this month on my YouTube channel and for all my social media channels, including podcasts, I'm talking about content creation, how to come up with ideas, how to plan it, how to create it faster. This way, when I'm posting on social media or when I'm talking on Instagram stories, I just want to share tips or stories, again, about content creation. I don't have to sit back and think about all the different things that you could potentially talk about on social media. I'm honed in, and it makes it a lot easier to then show up consistently on social media. Now, like I said, you could do this by week or by month, whatever is easiest for you. Hack number 2 is to research your content. The worst thing that you can do and the most depressing thing that you can do is create content that your audience doesn't want. They don't engage in or they don't respond to. I don't want you to post a YouTube video and nobody watches it. I don't want you to post on Instagram and nobody engages with it. So the best way to avoid this is to take some time and research the content that your audience wants. One of the best ways to do this is post on Instagram stories and literally ask those following you on Instagram, what kind of content do they want to see? I recently did this. Or you could send it to your email list. I do this about every 6 months to figure out where my audience is and what are they looking for. And then I also make sure the content that I'm creating is searchable. So if you watched my video 2 weeks ago, I talked about how to come up with content ideas and how I use keywords everywhere and TubeBuddy to make sure the topics I'm talking about people are searching for. Otherwise, I'm going to have to constantly keep creating content to stay above water. When you have strong evergreen content that people are searching for, that's what gets you off the content creation hamster wheel. Hack number 3 is to treat content creation like an appointment. You are never going to get ahead of your content plan or batch or create YouTube videos if it is not on your calendar. Trust me on this one. So I highly recommend putting on your calendar, whether every other week, every month, time to create content. For me, I like to do this the week before the new month. This is a Wednesday, the Wednesday before November, and I'm filming all of my content and I'm recording all of my podcasts. Yesterday on a Tuesday, I planned it all out and I scripted it so that I know I just need to show up on camera today. Then I'm done for the month of November. But if I didn't put this on my calendar, I could have definitely found reasons to avoid it, skip it, and not do it. And so this is a really important hack to incorporate into your business plan, is to put on the calendar not only time to create this content, but time to plan it as well. And then treat it literally like a dentist appointment that you can't miss. And yes, I do think you need to be creating consistent content somewhere. You see, if I don't create content, I'm not growing my reach or building my audience. We do very minimal Facebook ads, and a lot of how I've grown my audience so far has been organic content, big time here on YouTube, and we've been playing with podcasting now as well. And if I wasn't creating this content and getting this content in front of new eyes, I wouldn't be building my business or growing my revenue. People just aren't going to jump into wanting to work with you, wanting to buy from you, if they don't feel like there's this relationship. The thing is, so many people do all of the things these days. And the reason why you're going to stand out, why you're going to book that client, why they're going to buy your digital product is if they love your content and they feel connected to you. That's what's going to make the difference. That's what's going to make them convert to working with you as opposed to any of your competitors. Put content creation on your calendar now. Hack number 4 is batching. And I talk a lot about batching here on my YouTube channel. I've got quite a few videos I can list for you down below in the description box to check out. But honestly, it is the only way I get content done. Look, I am not showing up every single day here in my office looking like this. If I'm going to do my hair and my makeup and actually put lipstick on, which I never do any other day, then I want to get as many videos done, as many reels done, as many stories done as possible, so I don't have to do this another day this week. The same thing with podcasting. While I don't have to look like this for podcasting, I do need to make sure it's quiet. So I can't have a child driving their Power Wheels right outside my window or running up and down the stairs in the house. And so I need to make sure I'm batching podcast recording on a quiet day when the kids are home. And then with newsletters, blog posts, Instagram captions, I can do that anytime. I can be in my sweats, I can be in my bed, I can be sitting outside, but that's how I'm really thinking about how to batch things to fit into my schedule. I don't want my business to run my life. I want to run my business, and that is the best way that I can do it is when I'm batching and planning these different types of batching days in my schedule. So then a common follow-up question I get is how much should I batch? And I've been on both ends of the equation here, so to speak. I have at one point in time batched a quarter's worth of YouTube videos. In fact, I was 9 months pregnant and I shot 15 videos in a span of 2 days that I had my content all done while I was off on maternity leave. I've backed it up just a little bit to doing a month's worth. So for me right now, that's 4 YouTube videos a month. So like I said, the last Tuesday of every month, I'm planning and scripting out the content. And the last Wednesday of every month, I'm recording all the video stuff and the audio stuff because normally there aren't children here. Now, if you want to really hear how I take one pillar piece of content every single week and then micro post it across all social media platforms, make sure you watch this video after this one when I go into detail on how I pull apart pieces of each pillar content across social media. This is going to blow your mind and make social media planning so much easier for you. But let's move into hack number 5 now, repurposing and templating. I talk a lot about repurposing as well. And I even have a program called the Video Multiplier Formula where I show you how I repurpose all of my YouTube videos. But what's really important to understand here is you're not just taking one piece of content and slapping it up everywhere as is. You've got to kind of form and mold that piece of content specifically for that platform. What's that mean, Trina? So all of my content starts here on YouTube, and then I start repurposing it for other platforms. Now, when I post on Instagram, on the feed, I need to make sure my content is shareable content or savable content. These are engagement factors that the Instagram algorithm is looking at to determine if they're going to show your content to more people. So for me, when I'm doing savable content, you'll see my carousel posts, and I'll give breakdown steps that I think are really important for people that they would want to save in relation to my YouTube video that week. As far as shareable content, this is something that maybe is a quote that you said, or maybe a takeaway that you had in your video that people would want to share on their Instagram stories, right? Because that's going to get you in front of their audience, and that's going to be the best way to start building your community over on Instagram. Now, when it comes to Instagram TV, you're not just slapping up the entire YouTube video on Instagram anymore. I've learned a lot from Virginia Kerr, who is a client of ours, and if you ever want to learn all the ins and outs about Instagram, definitely go follow her. But she says Instagram TV episodes should be no longer than 2 to 4 minutes. So what we do is we give about 2 to 3 minutes of the YouTube video, and then we have a call to action or a title screen that says continue watching this video over on the YouTube channel, because the audience retention or the attention span on IGTV just isn't longer than that. So you need to get them over to a platform where they're more likely to watch longer form content like YouTube. And then obviously on Pinterest, you're not putting up a full YouTube video either. You're either creating video pins, you're doing video stories, right? You just need to make sure the content that you create fits into that platform. It's just not copy paste. Now let me talk about the second part when it comes to templates. You've really got to take some time up front to create templates for your brand. So whether that's thumbnail templates, I'd say have 4 to 5 of those. Whether that's Pinterest templates, video pin templates, carousel Instagram post templates, Instagram shareable quotes, right? Once you spend time creating these, making these look great for your brand, then every time you create a new piece of pillar content, you just switch out the text. right? So it makes the creation process a lot faster, and you're also creating content that fits for that platform without recreating the wheel, so to speak. Here's some examples of templates that we have created that we're considering selling in the next couple of weeks. So if you're interested in purchasing some of our social media video templates, let me know in the comments below, templates please, and we'll figure out how to get these out to you. You can see now how doing these hacks can really speed up your content creation process. But what if you don't have any ideas at all? The first tip is searching keywords. Now, there are two different places that I like to go to search keywords. First of all, why am I searching keywords? Well, if I'm going to create content for here on YouTube or over on my podcast or on Instagram, I want to make sure that's what my audience is actually searching for.